Hello, hello, and welcome back to Danganronpa Another. So we're gonna be starting chapter 5 today. I can't just load from chapter 4, so I'm clicking new game, but I think it's going to let me bypass to chapter 4. So basically, what happened last time was crazy. That trial emotionally destroyed every single piece of my soul. I'm still not very recovered. And then they introduced a brand new character. What? What? Anyway, we're gonna get started on chapter 5. Yes, I'm gonna skip to chapter 5. And we're going to get started. We're gonna find out what the heck is going on. I think that this 16th guy, I think his name is Kisaragi. I can't really remember. I think he was there the whole time. He was the one in the cell. Though I'm not 100% sure. I think he might be. And Makako, she seems to recognize him, and she's really reacting strongly to him. So I wonder what the relation is there. So I'm very curious. I'm very excited to start chapter 5. Very nervous considering chapter 4 absolutely broke my every soul, and my whole being was just broken after that chapter. Just thinking about it aches. That was intense. Anyway, it's only downhill from here, isn't it? That's usually how these games go. We're gonna start chapter 5. I'm a bit nervous. Mostly because I know how painful chapter 5 was in Danganronpa 2. Oh my god. But yeah, let's just get started. I'm gonna stop talking.
Well, well, very nice. Everyone is shocked by this surprise, right? Kisaragi-kun is also a freshman at Hope's Peak Academy, the same as you. But, due to some circumstances, he joined late, so let it go.
Yamato, he? See, when she says it like that, like with the "ni" at the end, I'm like, is she calling him like her brother, like Nissan in Japanese? I don't know. Yamato? Makako, do you know him? Hey, Makako, why did you turn so blue? Who are you? Makaru? Oh yeah, we joined forces with Makaru at the end of the last chapter. I didn't even remember that. That chapter emotionally destroyed me. I think it emotionally destroyed Makaru too, and that's why she's like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to Satsuki's words, and I'm gonna work with you people. I like that. I like to see them all coming together. I'm asking who he is. The guy called a transfer student. It's not saying anything. The transfer student that no one expected. A new character appeared in this place that started with only 15 people, including myself. That alone was enough to confuse us. A character named Yamato Kisaragi, looking at us with a quiet smile. Makaru had a fierce stare at him and waited for him to open his mouth. And finally, when he did... What the heck is this? I'm sorry, what? I wasn't expecting that. Matto, 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 matto to your heart. That's ridiculous. Get the heck out of here. That's not how he talks. Everyone's idol is... It's Yamato Kisaragi. Huh? Everyone's like, what the heck? Everyone's like, huh? Makaru is soul has left her body. It's so silly. Was that okay? Nah, too ordinary. Seems like I was a little bit bored there. What? What are you saying? Are you crazy? This is a joke. Thanks to you, I just made an embarrassing face. Good lord, I'll throw up. I'm so sorry. Huh? I'm sorry. God, don't let me die. I have sinned, but just forgive me from dying. The first words that came out of Kisaragi's mouth were a hilarious joke that only seemed awkward by everyone, but soon we realized that his condition was somewhat weird.
Oh, hey you! I've already bullied you for how long? I told you to get along with them. Kisaragi is a kid with a soft heart, even though he seems like that. Well, excluding that, Kisaragi... There's a little bit of abnormality on his own brain. It should be said that his mind is a little off the shelf. It's not normal to be like that after all.
I am called Mato. Yo. Are you worried about me? I don't see anything bad here. What is he talking about? There's something wrong with his brain? That doesn't matter. I don't care if this kid is a genius or a lunatic. Now, the important thing is the existence of this being. We know there's been 15 freshmen at Hope's Peak Academy this year. We haven't heard anything like the ultimate inventor. And it's not just that. It's a transfer student who suddenly appeared in the environment of this very Hope's Peak Academy, which was blocked and sealed off from the outside. Meanwhile, Mukuro was speaking her complaints about how things were too rapid to get to understand. Her words were cut off by a buyer. What? Yeah. Oh, me. Yamatoni. Kurokawa? What? That reaction. You know him too. What's the difference here, Mikako Kurokawa? Kurokawa? Why is she glitching? Excuse me? What the heck is this? Excuse me? My girl is bleeding out of her nose, her eyes, and her ears? We need to help her. Huh? It was in a single moment. Kurokawa's tears began to blend in bright blood. It began to ooze out of her eyes, nose, and ears like a fountain. What? Mikako! Even Mikuro's like, what the heck is going on? Kurokawa! We have to help her. Help her. She can't die.
This is more than I expected.
What do you mean? It's as if you knew that you showed Yamato Kisaragi in front of us. Mikako Kurokawa would pass out.
Well now, don't you all want to know?
What do I do? What can I do? The blood isn't stopping. Monokuma, what are you doing? Your role should be to cure a student when they're injured in an accident, like you did with Kinjo.
Why should I?
What? If he doesn't cure my girl, I swear, you're gonna throw hands.
This isn't exactly an unfortunate accident. She'd rather just die like this. It's like, whoops, she's done too many emotional expressions. How are you supposed to take care of that in the first place, huh? Well, I don't know, so I'll leave it to you.
What the heck?
Well, either way, Kisaragi, come this way.
Yes, teacher. I'm wondering if he is like... He was tortured for so long. and he ended up like this. I don't want to call it Stockholm Syndrome, because I don't think that's what it is. I don't know, something's going on with him.
Here, it's your e-handbook. Be careful not to lose it.
Wow, thank you. I'll do it. I'll cherish this.
I have explained to you roughly everything about living in here. Remember? Then try to get along with your friends. Okay. You guys, get along with Kisaragi. Kisaragi's information has been added to your e-handbooks, so if you're curious, you can look at it.
Monokuma, wait! How rude. Oh, I'm gonna throw hands with a bear. Damn it! My friend is bleeding and she collapsed in front of my eyes. Even with that pretense of wanting someone to die, this Monokuma, I can never forgive someone like that.
What should we do? What should I... Mikako, please wake up.
Even if you ask me. You guys, stop blanking. Hurry up and support the other side. Makaru? You, the transfer student. I'm so full of things that I want to say. But right now, first thing is to save Mikako Kurokawa. Because I have to hear a lot from this woman. It'll be difficult if she dies now. Yeah, let's move to the infirmary first. It's on the first floor, so location is close. We decided to pick up the unconscious Kurokawa and take her to the infirmary. In the meantime, the revelation of Kisaragi, the transfer student who doesn't even blink, even though a person is bleeding and collapsed, seemed like a creepy person. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on here. Chapter 5, Despair Eclipse. Hope never falls to despair. Oh god, I'm scared. I have a bad feeling. Because Makako seems like such an important character in this chapter, I have a bad feeling. After taking Kurokawa, who lost consciousness over massive bleeding, we went to the infirmary together for the first aid. Then we brought her to a private room, and then we immediately gathered at Makaru's room. A sudden transfer student, and Kurokawa losing consciousness. Less than a day has passed since we decided to continue Satsuki's will and defeat the mastermind. We were so confused by the rapid change of situation.
Kako, I'm sure she'll be okay.
Even Kurokawa was knocked down, and Kinjo isn't showing any reaction. The four of us are the only ones in this wide school. It feels too unreal. 5. They're not in this room, but there is a guy running around outside. Kisaragi, you mean?
Who is he? That person named Yamato Kisaragi.
The e-handbook really was updated. Well, if you think about it simply, they would be the mastermind.
The mastermind?
I don't think so. I don't think he's the mastermind. I don't think so. But didn't you think that Kurokawa was the mastermind? I didn't know things were going to turn out like this. But that doesn't mean Mikako Kurokawa is also free from guilt. You saw it too, right? As soon as she saw that transfer student, she became anxious and shed tears.
That's true. As soon as she saw him, she mentioned Yamato-ni.
The most primary candidate is Yamato Kisaragi. At the same time, I can't stop being suspicious of Mikako Kurokawa, because we can't reach the conclusion that there's only one mastermind.
What? You mean it can't be only one mastermind?
The only thing I admire from you is your ignorance. Rather, don't you think that the possibility of the mastermind's revenge was because of the character named Yamato Kisaragi appeared? That means... Are you saying the mastermind, that it's mixed in our group, and the one behind and hiding the controls everything? Right. Maeda's useful indeed. Think about it. There is no creature called Monokuma on this planet. That means someone is controlling it. Wouldn't that explain that Mikako Kurokawa, who was with us, wasn't the one controlling it? Yeah. But didn't Kisaragi and Monokuma move all the same in the gym a little while ago? I'm not sure about that yet, but maybe they did something without our knowledge. It may have been a reserved operation, or because of the distance we did not see it. Even so, it means that he's not a trustworthy person. What is certain is that he's been on the sidelines since we got involved in this incident. Yeah, if he doesn't have anything to do with the mastermind, he can't come from outside the school either. Still, wouldn't it be better to talk directly with Kisaragi than to be suspicious? We don't know what kind of person he is yet. Mikako is the same. When she wakes up, let's talk calmly. I hate being suspicious like this. I don't suppose you guys think that person named Kisaragi Yamato is just a mysterious figure that popped up suddenly, do you? What are you talking about? Huh? Wait. Do you have any information about Kisaragi, Ray? Maeda, please, for the love of God, help me. I don't think I can handle these fools by myself. Oh, Kane, Teria, you saw it when we reported about the third floor, right? The Hope Peak Academy graduation album. Graduation album? Kisaragi Hanzo. Kisaragi Hanzo was the name of the owner of the graduation album. It's too perfect to be a coincidence, isn't it? Somehow, when I heard the name Kisaragi, I recall where it was, that album. I remember now. I'm more curious as to how you can forget about such important information. Not only that, you guys, did you see the mark on the ballroom's arsenal? Mark? You mean the mark with the two moons overlapped in blue? Yes, Maeda already heard it before, but that mark is the crest of the Kisaragi Foundation. It is not a widely known company to the general public, but it is a giant company in the shadows of with a broad reach of high-tech science sector. Kisaragi Foundation. Kisaragi. I remember. When I was younger, my father signed to sell the robot vacuum cleaners. The source was from the Kisaragi Foundation. Yes, there's that way that people may know, although it is a company with a lot of secrets. As to whether it was controlling the mass media or not, is unknown. Then Kisaragi is from that big corporation family? If that's the case, it wouldn't be surprising, since the graduation album of Hanzo Kisaragi was discovered, and the arsenal has the mark of the Foundation. But just looking at this, doesn't it seem that there is some kind of relationship between the mastermind and the Kisaragi Foundation, which we are facing right now? That's right, and it turns out there was one more thing, Mukuro. There's a clue related to the Kisaragi Foundation. Is it really? Which one? At the time, I couldn't say anything, but I found a picture of a person who looks like Yamato Kisaragi in the school's office while investigating the fourth floor. Yeah, that photo I found with Kinjo. As I had room to organize the situation, I began to think of it. The person in the picture that resembled Hanzo Kisaragi in the graduation album was Yamato Kisaragi, whom we met in person a while ago. Unfortunately, Kinjo has that picture right now. That's what Yuki had been talking about with Kinjo in the school's office for a long time? Why didn't you tell us then? I think I was a little confused back then. Well, things were happening and Kinjo himself told me to stay quiet and spoke some nonsense. Some nonsense. You've come to reveal it now, but Kinjo is also suspicious of Kurokawa. Kinjo hasn't seen Kisaragi yet, so I wonder if he'll keep thinking that way. Well, he's that kind of guy. But right now, he has become a useless partner. Then, there are 3 clues related to Kisaragi in this large academy? Yes. Now, do you guys know the reason why I'm suspicious of Kisaragi Yamato? Mikako Kurokawa, who overreacts to Kisaragi, was suspicious for the same reason. But I wish we could talk to him. You're tenacious. Well, do whatever you want. As I see it now, he's a guy with a broken head, so there's a high probability that there's nothing to talk about. What? Mukuro, where are you going? There's still a lot to organize with you guys. I have to move. It's about time that guy notices us.
Wow, what are you all doing here?
Monokuma? What? I don't want to see your face. Can you leave now?
No, but I was looking for you one by one because I couldn't see you anywhere I looked around the school. Wait, but what's this? There was obviously nobody in this room on the surveillance camera, right? No way, you guys. You haven't done anything to the surveillance camera, have you?
Huh? What is he saying now? It must have broken down. Are you trying to cover up your self-management mistakes with us? You really are a rotten piece of trash.
Breaking my heart with this sudden profanity. Well, anyways, Miss Mukuro makes sense. The facilities are old, so it's whatever.
The facilities are old? What does that mean? The facilities of Host Peak Academy shouldn't be that old, right?
What was it? Oh yeah, the switch room and the power room was also a little bad because the light's out, right? I guess that's what I mean.
Interesting. I don't know. I wonder why he said that. Also, I just noticed Mukuro has a teddy bear in her room, and that's everything.
Yeah, I don't freaking know. I got worked up about the camera, and I came here because I have something to tell you. Well, I think you already know if I don't say it, but the 5th floor of the school area is now open. So it's okay to research as much as you want.
Do what you like. The 4th floor is mostly locked classrooms anyway.
That 4th floor, if you compare it to the human body, it's a bit sensitive. Shall I say, it's the shameful part of it.
What? Don't make strange comments.
Miss Tyra, your face is blushing. Well, rest assured, the 5th floor is wide open. But, unlike so far, you'll need to be a little more prepared. It is also the top floor. You guys seemed knocked down, so I thought it would be best for the last minute atmosphere.
What?
Are you prepared to reach the truth? Then go ahead. Think of this as a service for seeing you guys so motivated. Oh, I'll have to go and see the status of the camera. Bye.
What? We'll need to be prepared? He's practically just scaring us for nothing. Anyway, did you see it? So far, I was alone. I didn't have doubts because there were far more people back then. If 4 or 5 people suddenly disappear while the number of people is reduced as they are now, the likelihood of being caught will increase each time. We can't talk for a long time in my room, because there's 1 or 2 limits that can let this slide on a basis like I just did. So what should we do? If it wasn't for the jamming in your room, it would all go into the ears of the mastermind. For now, let's talk briefly only when there is something we really need to say. I'll call you when we need it. So you guys act like you normally do.
As usual. You were talking about eating in the morning together and not leaving our rooms at night, things like that?
Oh, right. You were doing that too. Does it matter? Let's just act together. Instead, I won't lock the door to my room and keep it open, so make sure you come in and out of my room from time to time. Mukuro, that's not a good idea in this game of Danganronpa. Unlocking your door and leaving it open is a bad idea. Suspicion will decrease the less time we gather. Huh? What was that for? What's with the stupid reaction? Do you hate it?
No, it's not like that, but it's a first. For someone like Mukuro to suggest that. I knew Ray was a good girl. Even though she seemed to not care about us before, she really helped us a lot.
Stop annoying me. I told you not to be mistaken, because you and I aren't friends. This is just cooperation. Don't try and cross the line with useless remarks.
Huh? Cooperation means you can be our friend. Don't be so cold, Ray.
Shut it! I'll get rid of the jamming soon, so come out and get to the 5th floor to investigate. Oh, the jamming was in the teddy bear? Mukuro?
Hey, did I make you upset?
She's just shy, right? I mean, even if she says those things, saying that she will always keep her door open means that she trusts us that much. Yeah, we're all ready to join forces and smack the mastermind right now. Let's follow Mukuro to the 5th floor and begin our investigation. We're still riddled with mysteries, and there's a long way to go. I could feel that our hearts were united in this despair. Kinjo, Kurokawa, Kisaragi, Yamato. The confusion was still the same, but we were filled with the hope more than ever. I decided to go with everyone to investigate the 5th floor. Yamato Kisaragi's record has been updated in the electronic student handbook. It's morning time. How do I see the handbook again? I want to see it. Weapon? No. What is it in? Weird. I thought I would be able to see it. Oh, objects? This. Imperials. Onori Kanata. I'm assuming he'd be like all the way down here. Yamaguchi, Kakaru, Kisaragi, Yamato. Togo Gyoku. Kamyonga. Nothing. Alright, let's go to the 5th floor. Why can't I move? It looks like... Oh, excuse me, I'm sleepy. It looks like everyone went to the 5th floor. I have to go investigate as well. Oh, he's moving by himself. I'm not moving him. Ah. The person standing on the way to the school entrance was Yamato Kisaragi, the mysterious figure who appeared a while ago. Oh, hello there. You're Kisaragi? It's nice to meet you. You haven't said anything since we've met until now. I'm Yuki Maeda. Why does he look angry? What's with the face? Are you there? Kisaragi? Ow? Why is he howling like a dog? Are you angry? I didn't mean to. Why is he reacting so strongly to Yuki? Why? I don't want to say what I'm thinking because I'm scared then it might come true. Because you know, he's been locked up this whole time, right? And remember in chapter 2 when they were given the secrets, Tamori got one that said Yuki might know the identity of the mastermind. And this guy who's been held captive and tortured by the mastermind this whole time is reacting so strongly to looking at Yuki. Tell me it's not true. Don't tell me. Don't give me any spoilers. I'm just speculating here. But I'm wondering right now if Yuki might be the mastermind. I don't know how that would be possible, but I don't know. See, now he's running away from him. What the? Akane's statement about having a conversation certainly made sense, but I couldn't establish a proper communication, which is likely to be due to his brain state. No, he seemed to be angry with me more than anything else. At least, when I saw him at the gym, he was easy, but I think he can speak. But why did he just stare at me and stutter? I don't know. Let's think about Kisaragi's issue later and start with the investigation on the 5th floor. Because it's a new place, we might be able to find something. I don't know. I got a bad feeling. Why would he react so strongly to Yuki? You know? I didn't get any coins again, which is so annoying. Which friend's memento would you wish to buy? Haruiko Satsuki. Joker trick. Earn 2 medals each time you fire a bullet in a non-stop debate. I can't buy that because I don't think I have enough. But I just want to see what they are. Haruiko. 75. Significantly reduces letter movement speed and flash anagram. That would be nice, actually. What are the other ones from chapter 3? I didn't actually look at them. Hakaru. Permanently increase HP. Oh, I want that. That's what I want. I need 75 medals. I think I only have like 20. I want to buy it. Oh wait, I could buy it. Okay. Wait, how many medals do I have? Oh, I can buy it. Interesting. Wait, do I need to rebuy things because... Wait. Because if I do, then I need to rebuy that because that really helps me. For Kizuna. It really helps me. Yokomaki, precise aim. Point shape. I'm just gonna keep buying these things. 2 times increased speech recovery per phase. Man. Ayame's. Increased movement speed of daily life. Meh. Kanata. 1 HP for each. Ooh, that would be nice, actually. Kinji. Counter argument requires only 1 slash to remove. Yes, I want that. Okay, I got a bunch of things. Nice. Good thing I checked. I thought I wouldn't be able to buy any. Maybe because it's a bypass to chapter 5 that I was able to buy all those things. Hopefully it brought back the Kizuna. Hey, Maeda, wait. Oh, that's her. Sorry, wrong voice. Makaru? You didn't go to investigate the 5th floor? I stopped by the library because I had something to investigate. Then I found an important clue. Important clue? Do you remember there was a locked door in the back of the library? That door opened. Really? I thought Monokuma only said that the 5th floor was open. I don't know why he didn't mention about the back door of the library. But there was a lot of interesting things inside. That area's open now, so go ahead and see for yourself. Oh, okay. Thank you, Makaru. One word. Since both Akane and Teruya are in charge of the 5th floor without seeing this, why don't you tell them later? They both rushed over there without a second thought. I'll be heading to the 5th floor now. Wait, what? Mukuro? She just said Teruya and Akane. She's really starting to become friendly with us. But I can't say this in front of her. Anyways, thanks to Mukuro, now I know that there's an open place besides the 5th floor. The door at the back of the library. I'll make sure to check it out later as well. Interesting. I feel... I like seeing Mukuro get along with everybody. Because, you know, she's a queen. And now she's getting along with everyone and it's so cute. Ooh, there's something here. I can't get through. Something's here. I got a Monokuma medal. As Mukuro said, it really is open. The door behind the library. But what even is this place? The room inside the library had a very different atmosphere from the outside. And there were a few books here, but even those were all empty. There was only a half-open book left by Mukuro on his desk. There's nothing that stands out in particular, so... This is all about the book. Is this the important clue Mukuro mentioned? It was a small book, and it looked portable. I decided to read only the part that could be read by picking up the notebook that had only the half of it left, as if someone else had torn it apart. Finally arrived here. The time being... Will. By the way, this diary was still here. Well, it's just a few that come here. A day has passed. Everyone can't hide their anxiety. They can't just say it. Since we can't get out of here, in the worst case, we could live here all of our lives. But it would be better than being... Quite a bit of time has passed. Now the mood is a bit more stable. I feel like it has become that way. However, I feel an unknown anxiety. Is this really it? The anxiety that I have has been growing more and more. I don't want to believe it. But if there's class among us, it seems like we would be done since the moment we set foot in here. The suspects are them. They are suspicious. Is it cut off? Is that... After that, the notebook was torn in half and couldn't be read anymore. What is this? A diary written by someone? Who wrote it? Plus, this content. We can't get out of this place. We might live here our whole lives. These words are like... It's like... It's the same as we are in right now? But other than that, I couldn't tell who wrote this diary, or for what reason. Mukuro must have read this diary, rather than worrying myself. Let's think about it with everyone later. I'm wondering if they're not the first. You know, like there were many killing games going on before, and this is the diary of someone who participated in an earlier one. I could be wrong. I'm just guessing. Alright, well, let's go to the 5th floor. See what's up there. You're probably to being a library. Not a library, what? A garden. Like, in the other game. If it's, you know, since it's pretty much modeled after Hope's Peak Academy. What the heck is this? Not at all what I was expecting. I was like, there's gonna be a garden, there's gonna be a cute little dojo, there's gonna be the morgue. What the heck is this? Huh? As usual, I take the stairs to investigate a new place. Although a new place is opened, I could not connect it to the unusual landscape that soon came into my sight. This is the 5th floor? Terrible bloody scent. The ground and walls cracked. It was a terrible sight, as if this was a horrifying tragedy that just happened here. You must be surprised, Maeda. Mukuro, well, who wouldn't be surprised to see this? Yeah, honestly, even I can't help but fight the smell. We will too, because the 5th floor is so far distinctly different than any other floor. It is different. If it's bloody like this, You idiot. The blood is already there, but look at the overall structure. It's not the same. Soon enough you'll notice. The structure? What is clear is that this is a very interesting place. Monokuma said we needed to be prepared in order to see the 5th floor. It means there must be something only on this floor. Well, let me look at it from top to bottom. Don't be dazed and investigate. It's too abnormal. Ugh. The impression of blood and destruction is so intense that it's not even very noticeable, but I should investigate first. I don't wanna. Ugh, God, it's awful. Bathrooms? Can I go in here? Is the bathroom different? No, it's just the same. I thought maybe it would be different. I can't look at that. What is this? Parlor? What is this? The lounge? It looks like the kitchen and lounge area in my freshman dorm in college. Way back when. Oh my god, that was so long ago. I'm so old now. Yuki, are you here now? Teria, the 5th floor is... Did you see it? No, even with seeing or sleeping in this room right now I can't even guess what happened here. It's like a terrorism event just ended. According to the tag on the door, this room is called the parlor. I'm investigating what I can. By the way, Teria, are you okay? Huh? What do you mean about being okay? Well, it's bloody everywhere. I think even I feel like the scale of our situation is getting bigger and bigger non-stop. I'm kind of saying this now, but you were very weak against these things. That, I must say, you were timid. Yuki sure knows how to talk, saying all these things in front of me surprisingly. You're correct. Honestly, the 5th floor is shocking enough that I would never imagine this bloody scent that keeps hitting my nose. I just want to throw this investigation and run away like a coward. But we made a promise to Satsuki. We vowed to not run away anymore. And these goggles, Haruhiko's goggles, are giving me strength. It's scary, and I want to run away from everything. But every time I think about that, I think about them too. It's kind of funny when I say this, but I'm more serious than ever. No, I can see your determination clearly. I'm sorry for calling you a coward. To be honest, I'm probably more of a coward. I don't mind. At least it's not a bad thing to say. Well then, I'm going to continue investigating the parlor more. Are you going to investigate here too? Oh, I'll go somewhere else. I'll leave the parlor to you. Okay. Hope you find something too. Everyone is growing up. Akane surpassed Ayame's death, and Mukuro also began to acknowledge and cooperate with us. Teria also became mentally strong in the sense of Haruhiko's redemption. Even though Kinjo is fainted by shock, he too began to recognize the twisted values. His twisted values. Not to mention Haruhiko and Satsuki, who threw away their lives to save us. But what about me? Am I growing? Somehow it feels like everyone is moving away. It's like I'm the only one stuck in one place on my own. No. Why am I suddenly immersed in this state of futile inferiority? I'm struggling as far as I can to defeat the mastermind alongside everyone else. That's the only action to think about right now. Alright, we'll leave him in here then. What is this? I can't click on that. It's just blood. What the heck is this? What is this door? They said that the 5th floor is the top floor, so this doesn't seem like it would go anywhere. Is it to the rooftop? Damn. It's locked. Monokuma, he might have lied, saying that the 5th floor is all open. Still, I feel something is off about this door. There seems to be something really important behind this. I wonder. It's suspicious, but I don't have any opinions right now. options right now. So it's a waste to worry about it. Let's leave it alone for now. Is that like the mastermind headquarters in there? Alright, let's go down here. What is this? F1 laboratory. Caution when walking. It's a laboratory over here. Collection room. Oh, Kane's here. There's a small notebook on the desk. There was a notebook full of various articles clipped from the newspaper. Let's see, what article is this? Let's see, 조몽조 뭘 하고 있나? Huh? Seeing the clipped articles, I couldn't hide my surprise. In the photos, the newspaper article, a gigantic Monokuma, a mob dressed with Monokuma costumes, were publicly revealed. What are these fishy contents? The world's most biggest, desperate event in human history? According to the article, the world situation was in jeopardy due to a sudden, simultaneous terrorist attacks all over the world. It was a crisis that should have never happened again in history.
Yuki, what's wrong? You look surprised.
Akane, look at this.
What? A newspaper? I don't really read the news that much. What is this? Monokuma?
It seems to be called the most desperate event in human history. Akane, do you know?
There's nothing. This absurd thing. No matter how much I read the article, if this had happened, it would have been an uproar on the news or on the internet.
And the date of this paper said to have occurred is in the future?
Future? What does it say?
It's literally the future. We were kidnapped at the entrance ceremony, so we seem to remain here, and it must have passed roughly 2 weeks until today. The day written in this newspaper is 3 months from today?
Really? How did this happen? Obviously, it was because of the school's circumstance, so we entered a little earlier than the normal semester, right?
Yeah. We didn't pay much attention to it because they mentioned the main class, which is not a preparatory department, is a free atmosphere rather than a standard class schedule. We really didn't bother very much. Thinking about it, the date written on this paper is almost as close to the start of a normal semester.
Well, I don't know what it means, but it doesn't make sense that the newspaper is from a future date. The contents of the paper are also unconventional, and the whole Monokuma aspect of it could be some fabrication, clearly.
I think, well, obviously they're missing chunks of their lives. Like, we've been over this. I don't think the article's from the future. I think they think it is because that's when their memories were wiped, but I think it's been way longer than just 3 months since the start. Yeah, I think so too. But maybe something strange happened here.
Then, for now, let's talk about it with Ray later. Ray must know more things than we do, so she might be able to clear something up.
Okay, then about this notebook.
I'll have it. Can I hand it to Ray later, okay?
Okay. The world's most desperate event in human history. Why do I get this ominous feeling? Kisaragi Foundation first representative, Yusako Kisaragi. Kisaragi Foundation second representative, Hanzo Kisaragi. Oh, there's something here. Akane, you're here. Are you investigating?
Yes, but...
But?
Look at this.
You're telling me he doesn't look like Kinjo? He looks just like Kinjo, just with purple eyes instead. What is this? Yamato Kisaragi, 3rd president of the Kisaragi Foundation. Huh? It's not the same name or something like that, right? Wherever you look, the Kisaragi we met is a former student, right? That's true. It's written as the Kisaragi Foundation that Mukuro mentioned first. I thought this was the principal's office at first, but when I looked closely, it said that it was the collection office. Principal's office. Or if it is the headmaster's office, it's already on the 4th floor. More than that, alternative, this room is... The 5th floor is all bloody and in terrible shape. It's a strange feeling. It feels like only the 5th floor is independent from Hope's Peak Academy. It turns out that Mukuro, who I met a while ago, said the same thing. The 5th floor is very different from all the previous floors. There's also the fact that Kisaragi's picture is hanging here. Seems like an important clue that shouldn't be overlooked. I agree with you there. Let's keep it in mind and continue investigating other places. There seems to be a lot of information on the 5th floor. It's a bit difficult because of the smell of blood doesn't go away, but I'll try my best. Alright, let's go! Oh, Mukuro, trying to investigate this room? Maeda, no, I'd like to, but it's impossible. This room is locked. A lock? You saying it can't open? Yeah, Yuki, that's what a lock means, silly goose. Just shush and come here. Do you see it? There's a password input panel. Password? Not a normal lock? Moreover, Monokuma said there was nothing locked on the 5th floor.
That's not it. The record room has an auto lock function, so I can't open it as I like.
Monokuma! Who? Is it important enough that it needs an auto lock?
No, wait, it's not like that.
What on earth happened on the 5th floor anyway? What the hell is this?
Isn't it your job to figure that out? I'm glad you like it. This place was especially left as it was at the time.
As it was at the time?
I ran my mouth too much. I don't know, so figure it out yourself. Anyway, the door to the rec room will be open once you enter the password. Got it? Oh, and one more thing. For the record, only one person can go in. If someone is already inside, it won't open even if you enter the password correctly.
What? Why does such a pain in the butt system exist?
The recording room itself is a single room. I can't do anything with this because it checks the heart rate of each person inside and restricts access.
Then what if more than one person entered at the same time?
That's impossible too. The sensor at the entrance will activate, and secondary bulkhead doors will block the entry. Well, you guys don't know the password, so this is useless information anyways.
Well, of course, Maeda. You don't know the password either. Doesn't matter. Even if it wasn't specifically the rec room, there are still interesting clues in the other room as well. Let's continue the investigation by being open-minded. Once the investigation is over, I'll call you, so you better do a good job on your investigative report. Yeah, it should be fine. By the way, Mukuro, you are often disgusted at gatherings and reporting investigations. It's rather funny how, when you asked to report our investigation, seeing that you won't stop talking means you don't want to investigate. Okay, sure. Let's not do it. I was joking. I'm sorry. Oh yeah? I was also joking. Sorry. Go ahead and investigate. Seriously, Mukuro has no openings. I just got a reverse beating. But in the past, she would have been angry. I guess taking a little joke with a joke is a little better. Liquor room, only staff allowed. Locked. Since we can only open it by entering a password. Okay. What else is there to investigate? Didn't I do everything already? Oh, there's another room here. Mukuro, you came here. What happened? What's wrong? This room is disturbingly deep. It's not similar to compare to a small shock. Mukuro did not speak anymore. What the hell is this place? It said it was a laboratory. No matter where I looked, there were some kind of incubators and blood everywhere. It was an unpleasant place. I have to investigate, starting from these weird capsules. What is this thing? Some of them have lights and as red and some of them have green. This is the morgue, isn't it? What is that thing floating over there in the corner? What is that floating in the tube? Amidst the unpleasant metal-like capsules lined up, while checking one of them, I found a familiar name on front of the box. Ayame Hatano, X. Huh? What is... Hatano? Why is the name of the dead Hatano? Hatano's name suddenly appeared. No, isn't this really out of place? Suddenly, I got a horrifying feeling and noticed that there were only 16 capsules, and I ran to the one next to it. Higa Mitsuhiro, X. Mitch's name. Hatano and Mitch. All of them were friends who died after being executed by Monokuma. No way, this wouldn't be. What's inside these capsules? It was only after checking the status of the third capsule I could realize that my sinister premonition was true. Yuki Maeda. Ooh. My name and a green light. Swallowing my spit, I pushed open the capsule with my name on it. It's empty. Looking at the 16 capsules, some of them were lit up. Some of them had green lights on. In addition, a mark was written on the front of a capsule with a red light next to the name, and a mark was written in front of the doors with a green light. Counting the numbers, there are 9 red lights and 7 green lights. The names of the green lights capsules were Yuki Maeda, Akane Taira, Tsurugi Kinjo, Rei Makaru, Mikako Kurokawa, Teruya Otori, Yamato Kisaragi. All of the living ones. If that's it, then the other ones... No way. They can't be.
Yes, they can, Maeda. It's exactly what you're thinking.
Monokuma, you did this.
Yeah, this lab is a place to hold the bodies of the people who have died so far. Even though it's not really a morgue, it's won't suit for one. These were all made for each of you. You can open the capsule at any time, so if you miss the faces of your dead friends, take them out and see them.
That is messed up. Why would you say that?
Oh, although you'll be punished severely for corpse damage, so try to appreciate it as much as possible, okay? You shouldn't touch in a museum. Only use your eyes.
How did you do this? This is terrible. You're insane. According to what Monokuma says, there are really my dead friends inside these capsules in front of me. I know that, but how can I understand this? How can you convince yourself of this insane action?
Huh? You don't believe me? Then wait a minute. I'll take one and show it to you.
What? Stop it. Enough.
Just stay still. It's a little grotesque, so why not just use Maki's corpse with the least damaged body? Okay?
Stop. Oh my god. What? What the heck? He really just took out this girl's dead body and is showing it to him. That is messed up. That is dark.
How about it? It's been such a long time. Isn't it nice to meet each other again?
Maki? Oh, could you? Despite my refusal, he opened the capsule without hesitation, and Monokuma pulled out Maki's body. At the same time, anger flowed inside of me, but my body couldn't react to anything because of the insane and abnormal situation.
Oh, sorry. Even though the degree of damage was small, it's been quite some time since the body started to decay. It's been corrupted a lot, huh? It's a bit disgusting, but you can endure it, right? The power of your friendship is stronger, right?
That is messed up. He is showing her decaying corpse to him and using it. He's holding it like it's a puppet. That is so disturbing. This mastermind is crazy. I don't know who it is. Damn you.
Oh yeah, the smell of rotten flesh is bad for your health, so I'll put this away. Even the ultimate sharpshooter who struggled like that eventually became like this. Wow, why are you overreacting so much? It's a corpse. You've seen plenty already.
Shut up. What the hell? What's the reason for showing me this?
What's the reason? What else is there than to make you guys despair?
What?
You guys were the ones who started it. After the class trial yesterday, that you will reveal my identity and try to punish me. I'm just playing my opposition accordingly. See? It is often in boys' comic books, right? When the protagonist powers up and announces a decisive showdown, the villain also powers up accordingly to drive the protagonist even more desperate. It's the same.
Damn it. Such a terrible thing.
Well, no matter how far you go, I wonder if you can reach the truth, let alone my identity. I'm hopelessly bored waiting. For reference, that desperate expression and almost vomiting was very good. It was a nice show for someone like me, Maeda. So, goodbye.
Damn it. Stop joking around. What despair. I'll never forgive you. Monokuma does outrageous, inhumane acts. I have to get back on track and continue to investigate the new areas. I think I've been around all the new places. I decided to move to the dormitory at once. After roughly completing the investigation of the newly opened areas, we decided to gather at the dining hall as usual to report on the investigation according to Makaro's proposal. Now, let me hear what everyone has investigated. This is the first time a report is being conducted by only 4 people. There are only 4 of us in this giant room. It can't be helped. Kinjo and Kurokawa are unconscious. And Kisaragi is off topic. Hey, but is it really necessary to report on the investigation here? That is, well... The eyes and ears are open. Akane glanced at the surveillance camera and blurted out her words. I think I know what she wants to say. It would only mean that our report of the investigation could be comfortably in Makaro's room, which is not affected by surveillance cameras. No, you guys have been doing reports in the dining hall so far, haven't you? Then you better do what you've been doing. I said this, didn't I? You can't stay in that place for long. I said I'll call when we really need it. Until then, do as usual. Although, I will praise you for not saying anything there without thinking. Honestly, you guys were dubious about your lightness in your words, but now you're doing very good.
Ah, yes, thanks. Wow, I was praised by Ray. You look like a real teacher.
She's not just our real teacher, right? An ultimate level professor, too. Please don't make the same sounds as Maeda. Anyways, let's begin the investigation report. As you know, we've investigated it. The 5th floor was uniquely different, even within the different atmosphere of the school. Yeah, the first thing I discovered was the ribble bloodstains spreading across the 5th floor and signs of destruction. I can't even guess what happened. I don't think the corridor was originally like that. Is it something like a terrorist event happening at Hope's Peak Academy? Because when the 2nd floor was opened, there was a notice in the library that the doors to Hope's Peak would be closed. If there was that, then the serious problem mentioned in the notice is what was left on the 5th floor? Wait, that doesn't make sense. When we entered Hope's Peak Academy, there was no notice that Hope's Peak was closing, and the 5th floor should have been fine. Actually, I have a guess about that problem, but I won't talk about it here, so I'll call you later. For now, let's skip this and start with something else. Well, the rooms on the 5th floor were parlor, collection room, record room, and laboratory. There were 4 rooms in total. I checked the parlor room. Like the kitchen and the dormitory, there were cooking utensils, like a gas stove and kitchen knives, so it seems possible to cook in there. Of course, the whole room's covered in blood, so no one would want to cook in a place like that.
I examined the collection room. Like Atori said, it was bloody in there. Well, there was something. There was a picture of him.
Him? The 3rd president of the Kisaragi Foundation, Yamato Kisaragi. The picture of Kisaragi was hung in the frame of the wall like that. Is that so?
That's not all. Next to it were the pictures of people named Yusaku Kisaragi and Hanzo Kisaragi, saying they were the 1st and 2nd representatives.
Kisaragi Hanzo, isn't that the owner of the graduation album? Yes, the 1st representative, Yusaku, was also... It's clear that there is something related to the Kisaragi Foundation and Hope's Peak Academy. No, wait. Yamato Kisaragi was the 3rd representative? The Kisaragi Foundation couldn't change the representatives so quickly. What time frame would this be? It would have been Kisaragi Hanzo at the day of the entrance ceremony. No, this can't be either.
Ray, what's wrong?
Never mind. So what else?
Other than that in the collection room...
Akane, there were those, the newspaper clippings.
Oh, that's right. Guys, there was something very suspicious, but we had a clue that seemed promising. Look at this.
What is this?
Look at the content.
Oh, look at the contents of it. It looks like a notebook someone cut out and scrapped the newspaper articles into. What is this? Monokuma? The worst desperate event in human history? Huh, what kind of joke is this?
We don't know either. It was on the desk in the collection room.
As it's written here, it seems that there's been an exponential increase in mobs around the entire world, and there was rioting in each country. Don't be ridiculous. This would have reached the army if that were the case. Where were they?
If you look at this photograph, there's been a reactionary molecule or key
people among the mob that's responsible for events of the disaster, so the response team in the event were not under any control due to the reactionary molecules that must have been stained by the mobs. This is an epicenter of this riot is called Hope's Peak Academy. Stupid. But I don't know such an event. We don't, right? I mean, this massive terror cannot happen in just a few weeks. It's true. Maybe it was Monokuma's manipulation. Honestly, it's not even real that a giant Monokuma destroys a building. It's not even a science fiction movie. It's also too absurd. But it's not that there's only the possibility of manipulation. According to this newspaper, the worst desperate event in human history of mankind has occurred in the future. In the future? It must have been about 2 weeks since we were here, the entrance ceremony. But even calculating that from time, there's still a few months left until the date written in the newspaper. Then what is it? It's not like the newspaper flew in from the future in a time machine. I also heard Yuki's words and thought this could only be a manipulation, but I don't know why such an elaborate operation. If you think about it, it's obvious that all the videos of the first motive were manipulated, so there's nothing to be surprised about now, right? Future. 5th floor. Hope's Peak Academy. 3rd generation representative. It's expected. I'm convinced at this moment. Mukuro, what's wrong? No. I'll tell you later. Give me that notebook. I'll handle it. Oh, okay. Yeah, for now. Put all suspicious things on hold. What's next? Did you find anything else? Maybe it's for the best, but Mukuro, aren't you overlining too roughly? Of course, I think it's manipulation, but I think we should put some thought into it more. Mukuro stared at Teruya without saying anything and raised her head towards the camera. Yeah, although it's better to leave the complicated thinking aside, let's continue the investigation report. Well, I mainly investigated the collection room in the hallway. There was a place called the record room. What's going on there? Record room. I couldn't enter. The door is locked with a password input device, so if you don't know the password, the door won't open. That sounds very important. Then what about the lab? Did anyone search the lab? What? Ray, Yuki, you two went silent all of a sudden. Don't be alarmed and listen. It's something we learned while searching the lab. There were 16 capsules in the lab. In those capsules were the bodies of the people who have died so far. What? Huh? Did I hear something wrong just now? Are you deaf? It's bodies. Of the 15 of us, there were 16 capsules, including Yamato Kisaragi's, and the dead ones have their bodies stored inside them. Surely, this is just nonsense. A real corpse? I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Monokuma took out Maki's body and showed it to me. That's so horrible. How can you do that to someone? Yeah, I'll admit that's twisted. Well, when was Monokuma not insane anyway? Anyways, in the case of the people who are still alive, a green light is on the capsule. That means if we die in the future, we'll be in that capsule? Yeah. That's crazy. I can't forgive him for harassing people who have already died. Yes. It's better if you get more fighting spirit risen further to aspire more into looking for clues. Unfortunately, the lab had nothing else to be discovered except that insane sight. Then, that's everything from the 5th floor. Compared to the previous one, I guess the progress was somewhat better. There's another door right at the end of the 5th floor, but that was also locked. No, but isn't that weird? The 5th floor was mentioned to be wide open by Monokuma. But there are 2 places locked. It's wrong to believe what he says in the first place. Looking at your priorities right now, you don't know anything about the library either. Suddenly the library came up? Oh, that's right. There was a locked door behind the library that was also open there. Yes, I told Maeda. It's the way you heard it. The inside of that door was a small, solitary room similar to the 5th floor. Flower pots are broken. Even if there's a bookshelf, all the books are gone or damaged. But I found something interesting in it. Interesting? It was only half torn, but it was a diary written by someone, like a small notebook. Maeda, don't interrupt me. Sorry. Anyway, the content of the diary is like this. We barely arrived here. For the time being, will. Also, this diary was still here. Well, there are only a few who come here now. A day has passed. Everyone can't hide their anxiety, but they can't help it. We can't get out of this place. In the worst case, we could live here forever. But it would be better than... Quite a lot of time has passed. Now the mood is somewhat calming. However, I feel an unknown anxiety. Is this really it? The anxiety that I felt inside was getting bigger and bigger. I didn't want to believe it, but if there's a class among us from the moment we entered, then we finished. The suspects are them. They are suspicious. That's what it said. Was that weird? I don't even know what they're talking about. It's no wonder that you don't understand because you're an idiot with no way to salvation. Oh, Mukuro. Some of the letters are blurred out and the the back part is not torn, but this alone gives you a great clue, doesn't it? A clue? That we might live here our whole life, that we can't get out. Doesn't it feel similar to our situation? Well, there's that too. I'm not sure about the person who wrote it was the same in the position like us. But it's a bit different from us when they say we barely arrived. And it wasn't written that long ago because of the dust on the paper and dry ink. I mean, it may be a little different, but it was written by a person in this building. Now then, I'll ask at this point, if there is a person who wrote this article out of the 16 of us, including Yamato Kisaragi, who would it be? Huh? Well, wouldn't it be possible to find out by doing a handwritten survey? But that method won't work with our dead friends. And we already know the person who wrote in this diary is the current people alive. No, the handwriting check is nonsense. But Maeda's right. The person who wrote this article is one of the currently alive people. Huh? How can you be so sure? It's a guess. But from the nuances of the first paragraph, the author was not the first person to arrive here. But we were the ones to attend Hope's Peak Academy for the first time. Except for one person. The one who is unidentified and sure enough to hang a photo in this building. You don't mean... Kisaragi? It is most likely that guy, or Mikako Kurokawa. Why Mikako? In here. That's all I can tell you in this place right now. Other than that, there were no other new clues. Mukuro quickly noticed the surveillance camera and hurriedly terminated her speech. Rat. But we're in trouble. We found out very little. No, we didn't have a clue before, but we have found a lot. That is a huge fact, too. Really? That's great for you. Well, this is also a fact that I realized after investigating with you guys. In that aspect, you have my gratitude. Thank you. Wow. She said thank you. Mukuro, where are you going? What about the investigation report? What is it? Aren't we done reporting? This is all I can tell you in this place right now. I'll call you later, so do your usual stuff. She's gone. We've gotten a lot closer since Ray said she was going to be with us, but it seems like she's reluctant to be with us somewhere in her mind. Still, where does Mukuro want to do that? Let's think better. right. Everyone noticed that what Mukuro was trying to say? Yes. Now Ray is more dependent, so let's follow Ray's words. Ah, then we have to go to that newly opened library room. I'll go around and investigate. Let's behave as Mukuro suggested. Yeah, but something bothers me a little. What's wrong, Akane? No, it's just I'm worried about Kinjo and Makako. Well, that's one thing, but now that the first aid has been done, we have no choice but to wait for them to recover. That's true for Kurokawa, but is Kinjo not awake? A day has already passed.
Yep, that's for granted. If Kinjo was awake, he would have been severely punished because he didn't come out when I was introducing Kisaragi.
Monokuma,
Go away, we never called you. Whoa, easy. I just came to answer Maeda. One thing about Kinjo-kun. I haven't seen any signs of him waking up or any shocks at all.
It's gone. Still, after listening to Monokuma, it makes sense. If Kinjo had been awake, he would have heard Monokuma's call and came to the gym. Because if we don't follow, we get punished. That's more worrying, though. Kinjo, I haven't seen any signs of him waking up. Honestly, when he was in the ballroom and then waking up to see stuff like this, I'd rather want him to be fainted. No, I believe that if you are Kinjo, you will surely realize your wrong values and wake up.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And it's best to join forces with Kinjo and get out of here, right?
I was just joking. Alright then, let's move. Mukuro realized something. Due to the newly discovered clues on the 5th floor, thanks to the surveillance camera, it was hard to talk right now. But for now, let's spend time investigating as usual until Mukuro calls us. Oh, come to think of it, I also decided to talk to Kisaragi as well. Before we investigate, I should properly talk to him. I couldn't communicate well, but I think he's still in the dormitories. Let's find him.